If pizza has all the food groups, why is it unhealthy? There are healthy versions and unhealthy versions. Can easily be a very healthy meal if made properly. Asking the real questions. I'd say quantity makes the poison. As someone who worked in nutrition policy, albeit adjacently, one thing our team was big on was, there are no unhealthy foods, just unhealthy diets. The healthfulness of your overall diet is a reflection of a pattern, not one-off measurements of individual meals or choices. For example, chips once a week? Cool. Probably not having a huge negative impact on your diet. Chips every day? Well, those calories are probably consistently displacing better choices with nutritive value. That way of thinking has had a big impact on my diet for the better. Try to make good choices consistently so you can make sure you're also getting all the deliciousness you need. There are foods and beverages that do nothing for you and are really only harmful. Though, fruit juice isn't really a good choice unless you're a diabetic with low blood sugar or just fainted. At least with solid foods, you're getting some satiety. Fairly sure it's the proportions and quantity of oil. Cheese. Cheese is very fatty and pizza has a lot of it. Cheese. The proportions of it. It is by and large bread and cheese. A sprinkling of some vegetables doesn't negate the fact you're eating an enormous amount of bread and cheese. Pizza is not unhealthy, nor are hamburgers. It's what you put on it. Sauces, meats, etc. How much you put on it, how much you eat, and what you eat it with. Adding fries and a Coke with a burger. Or wings. Beer and garlic dip with pizza is what pushes you over. The food chart isn't actually healthy. I think we need to stop classifying foods that are combinations of ingredients that you could have on their own as healthy and unhealthy, because it's a very narrow way to look at nutrition. Everything should be in moderation because too much of the same thing isn't good. Even foods that are healthy can cause issues if you have them too much, and nutrients can become dangerous if you have too much. A big one is potassium, which you do need, but too much can cause issues. It has almost no vegetables and is usually not made with whole grain wheat. It is okay to eat occasionally, but it's not a balanced meal. It has little fiber and nutrients and a lot of calories from the carbs and fat. Good pizza is not unhealthy. It's when you overload it with cheese and other processed nonsense that it becomes unhealthy. Because the idea of food groups or the food pyramid is BS designed to sell surplus grain. If you're talking about actual pizza, it's healthy. If you're talking about Americanized pizza, well, almost any American cuisine is bastardized to the point of being a heart attack on a plate. Why would having all the food groups make it healthy? A cheeseburger can have all the food groups on it. Do you think a cheeseburger is healthy? It's the proportions of the various types of food that matter, and not that it has everything. There are two kinds of unhealthy: lacking nutrients and overstuffing yourself with them. I mean, even vitamins can screw you over badly if you take too much. Some more than others. In this case though, it is just that pizza sometimes has too much fat in comparison to other micro or macronutrients, but is not bad per se. Neither is jam, for example. I mean, is fruit, but it has so much sugar in it that you end up going far, far above what you need if you are not careful. Not just that though, even raisins have too much sugar per weight. If you want to have a good life though, my advice is not to deprive you from stuff you like, but limiting the amount you eat of the more obvious excesses and varying as much as you can your diet. Fruit, legumes, rice, bread, veggies of every color, nuts, etc. That way, you are happy and you are getting everything you need without having to major in nutrition. Though I recommend at least understanding the basics and balancing macros at the very least. Plus, doesn't hurt to go to doctor every now and then to check for anything you are missing. If you made a pizza following healthy guidelines, their cheese crust ratio to veggies would be absurdly low. It's got too much bread, carbohydrates. This leads to excess calorie intake, causing diabetes and weight gain. Carbohydrates as a source of calories don't make you feel very full, whereas meals high in protein and low in carbs will make you feel much more full while supplying less calories. You nailed it with the proportions guess. Pizza can really be seen as mostly bread with traces of the other groups. And bread is mostly just empty carbohydrates. To get your proper nutrition from pizza, you would have to eat a lot of it, and that would be far more calories than you should be eating due to all the bread. Pizza is healthy because it has all the food groups, in the same way that shoving a drum kit, bass, and guitar down a staircase is a rock song because it has all the instruments. I have always considered one slice of pizza from a halfway decent place with some veg on it to be a perfectly reasonable and semi-balanced meal. Most folks don't stop at one. I think that's the issue. Pizza made healthily actually is one of the best pieces of food you can eat. I personally have eaten it once for 30 days straight. Pizza is delicious.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. TooAfraidToAsk is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.